Ugh. Shit. Fuck shit. Fuck. Better. Better. Yes. Oh, thank you. Oh, right. I'm supposed to feed the animals. Whoops. Hello, everybody. So, this is random. Nobody asked for it. I didn't announce it. I thought about announcing it, but whenever I announce something, I usually don't do it. When it comes to YouTube, I'm doing a mukbang, or mukbang. And, because I thought there's not a lot of content for vegan individuals who like healthy mukbangs with reasonable portion sizes. As big as this looks, I mean, it's kind of big, but it's mostly because of the salad here. Just a lot of greens. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to finish all of that, but I'll give it a try. So I'm just going to explain what I have here. And I also took a picture, and I will throw the picture up here while I describe this. I've got a bunch of some sort of lettuce. I've got the leaves, whole leaves. I've got cut up leaves. I've got brown tomato. I've got cilantro in the salad. Excuse me. I'm keeping that in.
Leave it
in. Yes. Okay. I've got green onion, yellow onion. I've got a little bit of black bean, a little bit of chickpeas. I've got guacamole on top of it all. That's it for the salad, I think. I usually go pretty light on any sort of dressing. I don't usually put dressing on my salads. If I do, it's just a spritz. I like vegetables by themselves. They taste refreshing. Then I've got over here, I've got a potato that was steamed in a pressure cooker with some sriracha and some pepper on it and some vegan butter. And then I've got tofu, just plain old little bits of tofu. God, I've also got cat hair. Anyway, and I've got what you see over here. It kind of looks like kimchi. It's actually spicy sauerkraut with ginger and sriracha. If you can't tell, there's a theme here. Lots of sriracha, lots of spicy in general. For a little while, I was sick of sriracha, but I'm back, baby. You can't be laughing. You're like a laugh track in the background. Actually, it's fine. You can do that. No, not a fake laugh track. Oh, wait, they're all fake. And then, okay, God, this is taking too long. And then I've got some cream of rice, which I'm kind of doing in a mashed potato style type of thing. And then I made a hole inside of it, and inside that hole, I filled it up with chow chow pica lily, I think it's called, or picadilly. Here's a picture of that. I just got that off Google. Got it from the food bank. I love it. Did a little taste test before I put it in here. Super good. On top of that, I've got a little bit of cumin and poultry seasoning, or poultry spice. I don't remember what it's called. It doesn't have any meat of any type of poultry in it. It's just what gets put on poultry. And then my friend gave me, I don't know if this was in the picture. I think it might have been. My friend gave me a few little crackers, rosemary gluten-free crackers. Hello, welcome back from the picture. I've also got here some rosemary tea, which I've been really into ever since somebody on my Facebook suggested it for me for my throat. I've got a big ass thing of water. Stay hydrated. And this from Human Bean. Please, please do not banish me to hell for having plastic, okay? And it not being reusable. Well, it's moderately reusable, but you know what I mean. This is my first time going to Human Bean. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing. Honestly, very impressed. They had, so I got the Mexi Mocha, which I don't think I've ever had before, and with macadamia nut milk. It's delicious. It's super good, and it is caffeinated because even though this is dinner time and it's really fucking late, I'm gonna stay up. Might as well stay up and enjoy some coffee.
What do you do for a living?
For a living?
Yeah, what do you do for a living?
I sell pictures of my naughty bits.
How's that going?
Pretty well. Let's just get into it. I'm going to share some stories that I thought of that are kind of cool that maybe some people won't believe. And to be fair, sometimes I don't believe them. But these are experiences that I've had or others have had. And I'm going to share them with you as I remember them. I should probably stop looking away from the camera and stop looking at myself in the camera and look at you guys. So, before I start sharing the stories, let's go ahead and have our first bite. I'm really interested in this little thing I made here. This is the cream of rice with the chow chow whatchamacall. So, first...
He's in for a treat.
Boy. That's so good. I'm totally okay with you talking in the background. I don't even know if they can hear you, but
Yeah, that's where they
that's a good combo. And I'm sure this would be really good with actual mashed potatoes. I could have made some mashed potatoes, but I didn't feel like it. I've had this cream of rice for a long ass time, so I thought I'd use it. That's good. I think I'm going to put some on this chip my friend gave me. Not chip, this cracker.
do it.
Rosemary. Oh, fuck. Whoopsie, I broke it.
Oh, that's
Yum,
what
yum.
friends are for. Breaking shit.
I don't think friends are for breaking shit.
Screwing around.
Could be wrong. I know. I love tofu, even all by itself. I will eat an entire block of tofu all by itself, or I will dip it in barbecue sauce. But I actually have this sauerkraut specifically for the tofu. It's not kimchi, but it's almost as good.
You should make me some of your famous kimchi, because I'm craving.
I know.
Advertise it.
If you want some before I leave, you can buy me the ingredients. I'll make it.
Well, I'm saying advertise it on there. Hey, if anyone wants some kimchi, I can make some.
Maybe one day. Super good. I'm gonna have some of this potato next. I was thinking, I don't want to put butter on it. But then I was like, fuck it, I want butter on it. What am I talking about? It's like, I didn't want to advertise something that's kind of unhealthy, but you can't have a baked potato without butter. Huh?
One of my favorites.
Nice.
Of all time. Butter and sriracha on potato.
That's literally what I did with a little bit of pepper. Fresh. Okay, and last but not least, we're gonna have some of this delicious salad, which maybe some people wouldn't find so delicious since it's doesn't really have much in way of dressings.
Just enjoy it. No need to keep on going. Hey. Like it, just make them want it.
You're right. I should just enjoy it.
Enjoy it and make them wishful they had it in front of their faces so that they could just go, oh.
Wait, what?
Just make them want it so badly that they wish they had it in front of their faces so that they could just go like this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is so good. It's the best food in the whole world. It's better than candy.
Damn it.
Oh, that is good. I'm going somewhere Monday for a while. You'll see me post about it for sure. My adventures in Wisconsin. Excuse me for the really awkward setup. I don't know what I'm doing. If anyone has some advice on how I can make this setup a little bit better and more pleasing to the eyeballs, let me know.
I think I might watch this just for you.
You should. That'd be great. You can even leave little comments saying, this is the best YouTube channel ever. They upload like once every 2 months. It's great. This is must-see content. You cannot die without seeing it. On your deathbed, your last words will be, God damn it, why didn't I watch this mukbang video that Emilio had posted when I had the chance?
Now I'm starting the post-apocalyptic scenario.
So one of the first stories that I thought about, but it has to do with a squirrel, me as a youngin', maybe 12, 13, and a Butterfinger, one of those big ones. When I was in middle school, I can't eat and talk at the same time. When I was in middle school, my relatives and I went on a trip to this beautiful marsh area in Manteo, North Carolina, where we would often do things like go kayaking and search for shark teeth, you know, and those, I don't know if you guys have this experience or know what I'm talking about. There's these like beds full of like rocks and gravel, and then inside you will find shells and fossils, coral, shark teeth. That's what we used to do for fun. And there was this little area there where you could go up to a vending machine on this big deck and put some money in and get candy and chips and stuff. So I was obsessed with Butterfingers, and I got myself a Butterfinger. No, this is riveting information. Where am I going? How does a squirrel fit into this? Emilio, we need answers. Squirrels were pretty friendly there. It was a very foresty, naturey place. And this little squirrel, after I got my Butterfinger and took my first bite, this little squirrel came up to the deck up on the railing and stared at me while I was eating my Butterfinger. And I was like, oh, this little guy, he wants some of my Butterfinger. Keep in mind, at this time, I wasn't quite aware of how bad that would be for the squirrel. Hey guys, so sorry. I had to make some more space, and while I was doing that, I snacked a little bit more on my dinner. So, back to the story. I made the decision to feed some of my Butterfinger to the squirrel. Don't hate me, I was a fucking middle schooler, okay? So, I walked up to the squirrel and I was like, hey, little guy, you know, you want some? And, it started, you know, nibble, nibble. It had its little hands on the Butterfinger, and it was so cute. And I was thinking in my head, I was like, wouldn't it be so awesome if I let go of my Butterfinger and let the squirrel hold on to it and just eat? It was just a cool image in my head. It's like this little squirrel holding this big-ass Butterfinger, just nom, you know? So I did that. I let go of my Butterfinger so my squirrel friend could be cute and nom on it all by itself. As soon as I did that, the squirrel stopped eating and looked up at me. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's like thanking me or something. It's like, oh, thank you, kind human, for letting me hold this Butterfinger. That was not what was happening. So it did this little thing where it was so cute. Oh, I'll never forget it. So it did this little thing where it's holding its little Butterfinger, like, you know, looking up at me, looking back at the Butterfinger, looking up at me, looking back at the Butterfinger. It did it a few times, and I was like, oh, whoa, it's so cute. It's like doing a brain. Hey, yeah, and then it took off. It just right into the trees with my Butterfinger. Anyway, couldn't get it back. Obviously, I wasn't going to climb a tree to get my Butterfinger from the squirrel. So I was like, oh, okay, great. Now the squirrel gets to have my Butterfinger. And then one of my relatives informed me that the squirrel could probably die from it. I'm not even sure if that's true, but I know that giving a candy bar to a wild animal probably isn't the greatest thing. And I felt so bad. I'm like, oh my god, I killed this squirrel. I killed this fucking squirrel all because I wanted to see a cute picture in my head, which is cute. Anyway, we went about our day, and when I came back to that location, I saw the empty wrapper, Butterfinger wrapper, on the ground, and the squirrel was nowhere to be found. It had eaten the entire Butterfinger, which was about the size of the squirrel itself in terms of how long it was. So that's my story about the squirrel and the Butterfinger. I hope you guys like that one. I'm going to eat a little bit more food, and then I'll tell you my next story, which has to do with speedboats, the setting sun, and dolphins. Phone letting me know that my battery's low. Get out of here, fruit fly.
Want one of these ginger lemon shortbreads?
What?
I want one of these ginger lemon shortbreads.
You can't have it?
It's not better.
I mean, fair.
Otherwise, I'd be all over that shit. I'm going, I'm buying one. Well, hopefully, Crystal will enjoy it for me.
Yeah.
That's the hope. Of the plan. So, what is your favorite food on the entire damn planet?
You're not my interviewer, my friend.
No, not your interviewer, however, I'm trying to help you. But there's this awkward silence in the air.
That's okay, a lot
I
of,
must shatter it like glass.
have you ever watched a mukbang video?
No.
Mukbang, whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of awkward silence while they eat between telling their little stories. Next story. This story takes place on the Outer Banks of North Carolina, where I used to live. Of course, I get a notification. Back when I lived there, my father had a speedboat. And one night he insisted, like, me and I think it was both of my siblings. It might have just been one of them. I can't really remember which one. But my dad was like, we have to go on a little ride in my speedboat as the sun sets. It'll be great. And we didn't want to go because our favorite show at the time was going to be on, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and we wanted to see that episode. But begrudgingly we went because he's our dad. You know, we were still kind of pissy about that, but it was actually a pretty good time. And on our way back, the sun started setting, and it was really beautiful, and we were in the Sound, coming back home from our little trip, when a group of dolphins just kind of showed up out of nowhere, quite a ways behind our boat, but they caught up to us really fast, you know, jumping in and out of the water. I was kind of scared because I was like, oh my god, these dolphins could get hurt by our boat, you know? I didn't know how intelligent dolphins were at the time, so I was like, they're gonna hurt themselves because they don't realize that the motor could hurt them. No, they were fine. In fact, not only were they fine, but they swam with us. Like, they could have gone off and done their own thing, but they followed our speedboat where we were going. And, you know, it was quite clear, it was quite evident, because they kept pace with the speedboat. They could have easily gone past us, but they didn't. So I was like, oh my god, that's cool. I'd never experienced that, and I had grown up on an island. I'd never experienced having a dolphin interact with me like that before. The dolphins started getting as close as possible to the boat, which was terrifying for me because, again, I thought they might hurt themselves. And they were getting as close as possible to the boat and coming up out of the water as if they wanted you to touch them. And I don't remember if we slowed the boat down. I think we did. I think we slowed the boat down. And I stuck my hand out, right? Just waiting for a dolphin to come up to it. And it happened. A dolphin came up and just, woo, you know? Ah! Best ever. Over and over again. Just got to pet a wild fucking dolphin. Just, it wanted me to pet it. It wanted me to interact with it. And then the dolphin started doing these crazy fucking tricks. Like just jumping out of the water, upside down, turning around. And I was just like, ah! I thought this only happens at places like SeaWorld. No! Dolphins are incredibly playful, even in the wild, especially in the wild. They're very intelligent creatures. I'll never forget. For a long time, that for me, maybe even still, that was like the most magical, memorable moment of my life. I am so glad I missed that episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender. That was such a candid, unexpected, beautiful, magical, memorable, impactful moment for me. It really changed my life, really. It was like a moment where I connected with nature in a way I'd never done before. I'd always liked animals, and I did respect them to a degree, but it was definitely it changed the way I viewed animals, for sure. To see how intelligent and emotionally intelligent that they would socialize with a completely different species in that way, and be playful towards, I thought, okay, only domesticated pets, right? It was awesome. It was an awesome experience. I'll never forget it. And I'll never regret it. As a kid, your priorities are sometimes not in the right place. And I'm really glad that my dad made us go out on that boat trip with him that evening. It was special. It was really special. And I was so lucky to be able to experience something like that. A lot of people will go their entire life never having an experience even close to that, especially an organic one. Maybe you can go to a place like SeaWorld, which I really don't recommend at all. It's just not. Don't do it. But, it was an amazing experience, and I'm grateful that I have that stored in my memory bank. I'm grateful that it's one that I know is going to stick around. Like, when I'm old and have dementia or Alzheimer's, I'm going to talk about that moment a lot, over and over again. That's going to be like my grandma on my mom's side used to tell this story over and over and over again when she was starting to, age up here. She'd tell this story over and over again, and the punchline was always delivered in the exact same way as if she'd told it for the first time, because she thought she had, but she'd always be like, and the boys rode in the trunk, and then she'd go, ho ho, she'd laugh, and it was so cute. Anyway, that's gonna be me. I'm gonna be like, and the dolphin let me pet it. That's gonna be mine. And also the squirrel one, right? And the squirrel ran away with my butterfinger. That's gonna be one of them, for sure. If you guys want to share any of yours, I would love to hear them. So if you want to share any of your fond memories growing up, especially I think that, childhood and adolescent experiences are the most magical and memorable, because it's usually it's a first time thing, and everything's so new and fresh. Go ahead and share. I'd love to read it. Nice.